I'm with you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everybody. This is a good night. We meet again with my spiritual teachers, Mr. Ian Hermiyanto. He's an educator. He's an educator. So he will introduce by himself to you. Please, Mr. Ian.
Okay, thank you, Bawo. Thank you for the invitation. Even though that's a very hard day today, right? It's been over 9, yeah, almost 10. Okay, so we keep talking, and I do keep talking, right? Right. Okay. So first, I think I already introduced my name, and I am glad to be called as an educator, and I call myself as educator or teacher. Wherever I am, actually, I will say that I'm a teacher, and I think it's not uh, a job that can be separated from my life, even though now not officially handling classes, but I call myself as teacher because I still meet teachers, I still meet students, and still in education word, and I think this has been my word. Only me, actually, even my grandfather, my mother, all of them were teachers, right? So that's a bit about me.
Okay. So it can be spirited from your life. That's a unique, unique reason or unique statement. How do explain about it cannot be spirited?
Yeah. Okay. First, I think, okay, maybe it can be different from other people point of view. Teachers is not only limited on the room in class, okay, or in school, right? I think when we meet people, we educate people, and we help them understand things, right? So then we can call him or her as a teacher. Teachers, that's the basic word, teach, right? So we teach, okay? And even though I'm not handling classes officially or formally now, just like the way I did in the past, uh, I still have few classes every Saturday, dealing with people who would like to continue their study, especially those in Snow schools when they want to go to either university, continue to international program, then they require English as their verification, and we of course help them to do that. Uh, and I think I can't leave that, if you call it as a job, yeah, right, that to be with them and facilitating them to learn English more and more. Right.
Okay. So it's not only definitely teacher, not only people that stand in front of the class,
Yeah.
all of the people that teach each other or share something to each other. But
right.
In effect that there's a people that teach by knowledge, and there's a people that teach by just experience, not by I mean not based on special background knowledge. Do you know what I mean? What's your opinion? The people that teach by a base of knowledge, and the people that teach by experience, not by their background of education. What's the difference? What is the difference?
Okay. I think, of course, there is a difference, but it's not something that we have to be separated. Say we cannot say that, okay, if we better teach based on the knowledge and we teach based on experience. No, it cannot separate. But I think we need to integrate it. Not we need, but I think it will be integrated naturally. It will be integrated along the way. Say like this: when somebody graduated from universities, right, and he started teaching, right, he got the knowledge there, right? He hasn't got experience yet, right? How to deal with the classes, how to deal with class management, how to deal with kind of students with the various characters, right? So they have no experience at all, but maybe they have knowledge about it, right? I say maybe, maybe some, yeah, right. Maybe some not have knowledge at all about teaching, but wanna teach, right? So somebody have got the knowledge. I think that basic capital first, actually, to deal with teaching word or education word, and then day by day, I think he will collect the experiences, right? And I think when somebody can keep doing the job for a long time, then he's been collecting a lot of experiences, and through the experiences, he will combine it with the knowledge he has, and even he can modify, he can adapt, right? And by doing so, sometimes no wonder that teachers who has got a lot of experiences will design and will create an approach that's not, what is it, unpredictable, and for him or her it will be suitable for the classes, right, like that. So I think that's the way we see knowledge and experience. Those are not two aspects that must be separated, but in one point, in one time, sooner or later, will be meeting in one condition, and it will be integrated. So when someone go through the education, they get experience, and then they get knowledge too, and the knowledge itself also strengthened by the experience. I think that's my point of view about knowledge and experience.
It will be a compliment like this.
Yeah, true.
As long as far so far, how do you I mean, a type of teacher, as long as you know you are being a teacher, how do you find a type of teacher that's teach by by their idealism, or teacher that teach by reason of profit oriented or something like this? How do you in your frame?
Okay.
What's the teacher model in your frame?
Oh, okay. Right. Being teachers, actually, that's not easy decision, right? I categorize somebody become teachers based on 3 reasons. Okay. The first reason, that he's big willing. Maybe since he's in senior high school, maybe, or junior high school, maybe, or even maybe starting from the school, he's got that wish, and he let the wish grow, and he cultivated, and the wish growing bigger and bigger, right? And that's when his dream comes true, right? That how will be happy he is, right? Being a teacher. Second, somebody's become teachers maybe because of condition. Okay, so say, yeah, there's no choice, just being teachers, right? Like that. Okay, so I'm sure that we'll find such kind of teachers, yeah, right? And of course the audience don't have to answer that, right? Just as themselves, right? And the third, maybe because of the family push, right? Push, okay, you better become teachers, right? Like that. Okay, so I think finally it comes to the person, it comes personally to the individuals, whether he's going to continue taking that as his job or profession, or he stop it. And I think if somebody stranded, or somebody choose the profession because there is no more job, I think that bad, yeah, because he will not work, and he will not teach, he will not educate based on his idealism, I think, right? Because yeah, there's no choice. This is not what I want, right? It's just the way I get the money, right? Like that. And I think if that happens to somebody, or that's what somebody's mind, and maybe still kept in mind, and I found really in school, I found such kind of mind in teacher's mind, right? I think, what is it that will be torturing for him? You can imagine every day he has to come schools, right, dealing with the students, and when he's not in good mood, then he doesn't want to go to school, right? Like that, because that's not based on his idealism, right? So the best way is when somebody want to be teacher, so he has to make sure first with the condition, right? It's gonna be dealing with the appreciation, right? It's gonna be dealing with the pride. It's gonna be dealing with what is it? Endless learning, right? It should be on and on. Teachers need to improve the knowledge, of course, right? More and more. And beside, teachers has challenge to deal with the students when they are getting older. Why I say like that? Uh, and become more challenging because we know that in reality, right? When we are teaching SMP, for example, year by year, our age, uh, of course, what is it getting older? Yeah, we are getting older, right? Our age getting more and more, right? Okay, and it influences the way we think to the life, right? To the education itself, to the job, because a lot of thing in our brain, right? Meanwhile, we are handling those at the same age, right? And they are growing in different era, in different situation, right? Let's say today, this is really amazing that students, most of them, very good at technology, right? Meanwhile, you can imagine that if in a one school the teachers at the age of 50, right, and no willing again to improve the knowledge, right? And when talking about technology, then no, it's my time to get retired, right? I think it's not time anymore, right, to continue or to upgrade my knowledge, right? When it stopped there, then you can imagine the big gap that's going to happen between the students and the teachers, right? Like that one. The way we communicate, right, also influence the situation and relationship between teachers and student, right? So I think again, when somebody's become teachers, I think should start from idealism. They cannot start with how much he earns every month, no, but start from idealism. Okay, that idealism will bring him to be growing and get mature, and even maybe he will get the opportunity later that in one point that, oh, okay, this is the dream that I want, and this is my idealism, and now I get what I never expect, like that, right? So I think that's my point of view of
Okay.
being teacher.
I have two questions. Sorry.
Mm.
First, have you make not a deal? Have you make a little talk by one of the three types of teachers? Like maybe you have a unique story. You you talk with. Do you have any experience with one of teacher that he told about his story being a teacher like this? It's the first question, and then the second.
Mm.
Um, about challenge. You say about cap, you say about technology. So in this, we can say that this a digital era. What's the maybe a
Mm.
three top challenge for teachers today? What's in your point of view? What kind of challenge that teachers should limit this
Mm.
this
Okay.
this
All
challenge?
right. Okay. It's hard question, yeah. Right. Okay. Let's start from question whether I have found such kind of teachers. Yes, I do. I found some teachers or few teachers in school, right? Without mentioning name and without mentioning the schools, yeah. Like, oh, actually, I don't want to be teacher, and then so we expect then, yeah, just waiting for my job like that. Or yeah, I just followed my husband and nothing to do. Then I just become teachers. So it just like what is it? Become hobby, yeah. If one time she changed her mind and she loved being teachers and can this okay. The problem is if yeah, teaching is just like common work and then finish teaching, going back home, right? And then never thinking what I have to prepare for next classes or the material I have to prepare for my student, right? If they don't think that way, it's just like yeah, what we call it, like just regular work, right? Come schools, dealing with paper, computer, finish, and work, coming back home, right? That's what happened. There is no dynamic work there. There is no the process of making the learners mature or growing, what is it, older and become a person with values, right? And I think, yeah, without ignoring parents, of course, the teachers is a part of educating the learners, right? Especially young learners, right? And I think that's the challenge, and that's still the challenge until now. Let's say today in Panamera for 2 years, you can imagine 2 years, the students are at home, and you can see how the situations now very different, right? I have been informed when the first time PTM happened, the face-to-face session happened, right? Teachers have found that the characters of the students when they were at that age in that class, right? And with now the condition very different. So compared to the past, say those in grade 6, teachers say that usually they already have their independence. They can do many things by themselves. Okay, but today when they after 2 years met the student, they found that when they are dealing with the sixth graders, it's just like dealing with the third graders. Okay, no independent, and then easily being angry or what is it, uncontrollable. That what happened at school, and again, that commonly happen in schools, right? And I think that is challenge for teachers, and of course parents are still not still exactly. Parents want the students at school because the parents know teachers can deal with the characters, deal with the behaviors, and make them what is it, a man with value, right? Like that. And again, the challenge for every teachers in a particular period will be different. Like today, the teachers are challenged to be expert not only in teaching but also in technology, right? Creating what like effective and efficient tools to deliver the subject or to deliver the materials, right? Like say like that one, or how to build communication through technology, right? And make it effective. Okay, so I think that's the challenge. The second challenge is actually how teachers can see the possibility of making these students fun, right? Frankly, actually, during pandemic, right, learning is not fun anymore. I know you feel different or not. That's not fun anymore, right? Uh, Students still need touch. Students still need like say hello in front of them directly, right? Responding it, shaking hand, right? Or just what is it, slap hand, right? And calling each other physically, right? Face to face like this, not just through screen, right? I think that's what missing. And what is it? And the teachers actually has a more challenge because now with this condition, how teachers can still keep in touch with them and can educate them, right? Even though just through screen, and that's really hard. Okay, that's really hard. It's not easy actually to do that. And I think during this pandemic, parents should be a teacher then, right? Right. I don't know. I haven't found the survey. I think we need to do the survey whether the parents can stand handling their children at home, teaching them, right, or not. Okay, we need to have survey about it, right? And yeah, some parents, right, uh, feel it as a burden actually to be a teacher, right? Okay, that's not easy to handle them, right? And you can imagine the situation getting worse when uh, the teachers at school teaching and then technology is required, and meanwhile in one family, or maybe not in one family but in many families, right, there's only one cellular phone, only one cell phone with five or maybe six children, right? And they have to share, right? And you know what, one thing that's make me amazed, I met teachers that's in Tangerang actually, right? And you know what the teachers did? What the teacher did? The teachers came to the students' home to collect their work. So the teachers collect the work and then check the work and giving back to the student, right? So the teachers act just like courier, right? In that, I mean, you know, in this job, getting work and then submit and then giving it back to the student, right? Sorry, I'm not saying the courier bad. No, no. So don't misinterpret and don't give the meaning that in that bit. Just like the way the Korean struggle, right, for the life. So the teachers prepare the material. Teachers set or design what kind of work they have to give to the student, and they have to come to the student and then collect it back. After that, return it back, right? That's what I have to do. You can imagine if the teachers have to handle 40 students, so he has to visit 40 houses, right? Okay, so yeah, that's I think the challenge now for teachers. They must be ready in any condition, in any situation, right?
Okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
it's about it's about
I answer all the questions.
first about technology. It's like no need to argue that we have to adapt with technology to be master about technology. And the second is about class management. I think it's class management.
True.
So do you have any idea how do the teachers should interact or adapt with technology? Do you have any tools or any experience the way to use the technology on being good good in learning, class learning? And the second about the class management, do you have any experience how to make the students feel fun, the students make comfortable in this class season?
Okay. All right. Thank you. Right. First, dealing with technology and how teachers getting more familiar with technology. First, it must start from the individual, from the teachers himself. Okay. He has to he must have a strong willing to deal with the technology and to master how to use the technology, right? And after that, they must be familiar with the class mode like blended learning, flipped classroom, right? He has to learn about this, okay? And then class management too. I think now the teachers have to change the way they teach because now the class is already transformed, right? From what class limited by walls, there's door, right? And now in air, the class in air, just like what we are doing now, right? So we deliver our thought, we deliver our teachings through media, right? And of course, the way we deliver very different, right? And talking about the approach and the techniques of teaching using the technology, of course, varied. And we cannot make it in uniformity. I mean, one kind of model and can be implemented in all what all classes. No, we have to select, and we have to adapt and match with the situation. For example, if a group of students are not what is it a type of courageous courageous or motivated, right? I think it's gonna be very hard work then when we are dealing with them through the screen, okay? But if the students, most of them are independent, right? We have got many tools, of course, to make them engage in activities, right? But we cannot expect more if this doesn't feel not motivated, and when the student also have trouble with the devices, right? So there's no ways for these teachers have to meet them directly, not using the media. because educating is not merely just meet them officially like this on the screen, but how we can deliver values, and values can be delivered if we can talk normally, just like human, right? Face to face, right? Okay, and interact face to face like that, not limited by this big room, right? And really far. Okay, right. So I think that's my idea.
Okay. So make it creative, make students get interacts with the teachers. So
Yeah.
before pandemic, it's maybe 5 or maybe 7 years ago. Before a pandemic, you start about the technology model. I know that you have started with the video conference with one school in Malaysia when you are in, you remember, make a video
Yeah,
conference.
Malaysia, India, Australia at the time, right?
Yeah.
That's true. True.
So you are the
That's far before
trendsetter.
pandemic, right?
Yes.
Hmm.
Before pandemic, so you are the trendsetter in case. So can you explain about this video conference? What's the aim? What's how the participants joins and what's the topics that discuss on this conference?
Oh, okay. Thank you. Right. Actually, uh, it was set by one foundation, Tony Blair Foundation, actually, and they have a program on how people in the world live in peace. Okay, how they can live hand in hand, live peacefully, right? And I think Tony Blair at the time thought that it can be set and it can be created if there is understanding each other, including faith, and there is no mockery, there is no bullying, there is no underestimate, there is no what we call it like calling other faith bad. No, but it must be communicated why the faith like that, and then there is no uh, bad comment or harsh comment coming out when the faith or when the culture is different from what we have. Actually, that's the point. So that's why what we had been educating to our student time is knowing cultures beyond their own cultures and how they could appreciate the cultures, because God created us with different cultures, different races, right? And then we have and we can know each other, right? I think that's what Quran stated, right? And when there's one thing different, doesn't mean that uh, those who have different cultures are alien. No, of course, right? So that's what we are building with the student. And actually, I found that it gave a good impact to the students that have been dealing with this, and it should be continued actually. And I remember at the time the technology that we use Skype, right? And
Oh, yeah.
Skype was not as, even now, not popular today. The popular is Zoom, right? In the past, Skype was popular in business only, right?
Mhm.
Okay, and then I started introduce it, and then I get other teachers to get involved, and they love it. And now what we had started before, that Zoom, that Skype usually used in business, in company, right, or in meeting, now and brought into schools in education, and now everybody use it in different name but the same function, right? Everybody use Zoom, everybody use Google Meet, right, or Microsoft Team, right? A lot of the tools that we have been using, right? But the point is the same, right? How we can get connected and how we engage those in our circle, right? To keep in touch, right?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
So from Skype to Zoom, from Skype to Google Meet.
Yeah,
Uh, how do
right.
you how do, what's your opinion about we talk about the generation. We talk about teaching so several minutes ago. now we talk about the generation. What's in your opinion the generation after the pandemic? Is it will be a
I think you should ask the futurologists.
yes, because you know they are in this pandemic they so they have this distance with the teacher, they have a distance with the classroom. It's like they go back home and learn by themselves. So what's in your opinion the generation after the pandemic? Is a good generation? No, it's a good generation. I mean, what character that will be born?
Okay, right. I will give short answer for this. Maybe now we don't feel the impact, right? But I think later on, say 10 years later or 15 years later, I think you can feel the impact. It's just like if we cannot fix it, I mean, the 2 years left, right? The 2 years left behind, the 2 years like wasted, right? And I think if we cannot change it in 15 years before they are ready in community, before they are ready in the market, right? I think will be left behind and will have lost generation. It's just like gap there, you know. And I think the empty position and later on 15 even it's been started 10 15 years later will be posted, will be filled with those out of this country. I think okay will be posted by those out of this country. And I think only people who have very what is it proficient skills in language, in technology, and other subject that he knows how to cope with it. I think those person will have that position. Meanwhile, and if we cannot fix it, then that's going to know what's gonna be later on, right? But I think if right, fixing what have been left, I think inshallah that we will be in what is it in strong position, any market position here, still filled or still posted by the generation. Just pray. Okay.
Still connected?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, that's my answer.
So it can be two possibilities, but
Yeah.
Lost generation or maybe good generation.
We can keep
Yes.
surviving. Yeah. So
Yes.
survive, or we are going to be left behind.
Yes, survival left behind. So is there any similar? I mean, now is the digital era, and digital era is technology era, and technology era is let's simplify with English language. All of technology are commonly well known using English language. So do you have in this pandemic era the English language so keep growing so positively?
Yeah, actually, English language development on how English used, right, in educational world, right? Actually, there's pandemic or there's no pandemic. I think English will keep developed. The English will keep developed and still needed, right? Now the situation changing during pandemic. How then English can be delivered that used to be people meet in cafe and then everybody discussing in cafe, or we are in library and then we discuss a lot of things in English, right? Or we are at school and we have group of teachers, right? Teaching non-English subject teaching. And now actually it's still on that way, but the modes are different. Now how the English teachers is required to have the knowledge of using the technology and digital media, right? And how then teachers can deliver the materials in English easily and effectively, right? So that's why I always say to teachers, one of the burden not from but one of the burden that English teachers has had so far during pandemic is preparing the materials. You know, English teachers need to prepare not only text, the audio, the videos, and then the role play activities, right? A lot of things, right? And that's not easy. Frankly, that's not easy. Okay, so that's why when I am at school, first I'll bring the teachers to see the standard of English in the word. What is it? After that, what things can make them easy in teaching? So I introduce them the course book that will be suitable for them, and also the tools that can help them in teaching, and also the learning activities that can be delivered, that can be assigned by teachers without extra effort from the teachers, without teachers have to struggle creating the learning activities, because it's already there. Okay, the point is how to not to make sure, but what is it? How teachers know exactly what the target language that they are teaching and how they are recycled in listening, reading, speaking, writing. And then when it is delivered through exercises, it's totally matched. And also in tests, when teachers give tests, what they have been teaching, it's there. It is not something different. Because you know what, sometimes we find that even though they teach English, and then we find that what they give in test different from what they have been teaching, right? Yeah, maybe not all different, right? But few percentages of materials different. Say the target language. If somebody found that one target language only delivered, but in test there's some new target language there, right? Like that. So synchronizing on what teachers have to prepare, the materials they have, to the assessment, I think that the extra work that's not easy. So that's why I'm glad to help teachers then to know about this, and then teachers know how to use the tools to help them in teaching. What is it? Jokingly, not jokingly actually, and this is it happened actually. I said joking like this. At least by knowing and implementing this technology kind of LMS-based content, the teacher sleeping hours not disturbed, right? So they can go sleep 9-10 o'clock, not waiting to 12 o'clock to prepare the materials for the classes in the next day, right? Because it's already there, okay, and all already standardized like that. Right, that's what I think can help teachers. Right. Maybe later I can show you what the LMS-based content is, okay, and how we can make sure that it's standardized, and how one section is interrelated with the lesson in the books, okay, and how teachers also easily teach, because all component to facilitate teachers in teaching is there. The audio, the videos, the exercise, all things there. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Any more?
Now we still talk about this generation. What kind of skill that this generation should have in case with this literacy in English? Should it be like presenting skills, or maybe writing journals, outlines, etc.? What's your opinion?
Okay. Those are the tools. Yeah. First, actually, what we need to make sure is the students feel engaged in learning. That's the point. Make them feel engaged in learning, build their confidence, right, and motivated. I think that's the point. And any tools and any source that teachers what is it pick valued or assess okay or good to be used, fine, just use it. It can be maybe storybook, can be a kind of what is it like science books or resources in the net, right? So whatever it is, but what teachers have to make sure is the student feel engaged in learning, the student feel motivated in learning. I think that's the key point, how to make them literate. um, how many resources you bring to class, if they don't feel engaged in the teaching, that's going to be useless, right?
Okay.
Right. Okay, that's my point of view.
So the first, the main idea is how it motivates, get interact, get engaged with this subject. But there's
Yeah.
two factors or two possibilities when students get engaged with these subjects or this learning. First, because of the teachers. Some students interest in learning English because the teachers. And second, some students get engaged with the English subject because these subjects itself. So what's your opinion? Some student because of the teacher, oh, the teacher is so beautiful, so funny, so clearly clearly communicate. And some students, oh, this topic is good, I like debating, I like writing, I like presenting like this. What's your opinion?
Yeah. First, actually, to be like and to be what is it? To be the one regarded as inspiring teachers, right? First, starting from the teacher itself, actually, the teachers have to make sure that he is capable, very capable of handling the job, right? First, from the language that he is used in classroom, right? Uh, I always say that teaching English has to challenge first the language is that itself that the teacher has to master, and the second is the way of deliver the language. So it's related to approaches of teaching, method of teaching, technique of teaching, a lot of things, right? So in short, I can say that the teachers, not only teachers, of course, they must be professional and pedagogically skillful. I think that's what teachers have to have. Beside the personality also, the teacher should show the personality in front of students in good manners, yeah, like being honest, humble, okay, strict mean what we call it, yeah, what in Indonesia they call it tegas, yeah, but it's not what is it, not easily angry, right? Strict, maybe the tone of voice loud, right, but that's not angry, so teachers can manage it actually, right? I think that have to do. And you know what, when I am talking about English teachers, and I remember about English teachers in the past when I was in your high school, right, high school, the English teachers is killer, right? Okay, so I think now that's not gonna be respected by any student if the killerness shown by teachers, right? It's just the way to show the power actually, right? And I think there is no respect, there is no place for that kind of killerness, right? So now I think the situation changed. The teachers know exactly what they have to do, how to deal with the student. But again, back to the teachers then, it's not enough only by making a report or what is it, a good relationship, right? What is it, as teacher and student, right? just like a friend, but more than that, the teachers must equip themselves with the knowledge of the language itself, and then the technique of teaching, and then the method of teaching, a lot of component, a lot of aspect. Okay, and those must be learned, of course. Right. All right. That's my idea about English teachers.
Now we finished about talking about the subject, English subjects. So now we talk about generation in commonly. How do we we teach this generation to have a pride about their personality, their potential? Like maybe you have found in many years ago that some students not, you know, a lack of confidence, some students lack of you know yeah, only have a few friends, little talk about everything. How do we teach about pride to this generation?
Okay, help them find the pride. Help doesn't find the pride. Okay. Give them stage. Okay. Look what happened in school sometimes. School, the teachers tend to pick, for example, when there's a contest, okay, or competition, teachers tend to choose those who is clever, who's able to deal with that, okay, and leave the others, right? And that happened again and again and again, right? Without knowing that actually all of them have the potential, right? So my point of view, since I was teaching actually in SD, SMB, right? I was not teaching about they must be the winner. No, that is not to bring them to be the winner, but I saw the potential, and then I give that stage for them. Take it, okay? If you can help 2, 3 of them can find their pride, right? So you're successful in that part. Maybe we cannot bring all. You remember the story of one little girl walk along the beach and then picking up what is it? What we call oyster, the mollusk, right? That live in water. So the little kid picked it up and then put them back into the water, right? And then all of them, until then one man coming and asking, "What are you doing, little girl?" And said, "I'm helping them." Okay, it's impossible. There are a lot of balls, a lot of that kind of animals here. All right, that kind of what we call it. It's like oyster, right? And you cannot help all of them. And the little girl said that at least I have been trying to do so, right? So I mean, yeah, perhaps, yeah, we know the limitation, right? We handle a lot of students, right? And then we can, and I think we have the intuition, and based on the experience, we can say actually, oh, they've got this potential, right? The problem sometimes, what we find is doesn't have no bravery, have no courage, have no motivation, right? Nervous, anxious, that will happen, right? So I think that's the role of teachers, how teachers can break it up, okay, and give them confidence in the beginning, right, until they get the stage, right? And then when they are there, no matter win or lose, right? For us, when they are step on the stage, they are trying to be the winner, okay? And when they finish doing the job on the stage, they are the winner actually. No matter they get certificate or not, but they are the winner because they beat their anxiety, their nervousness, right? Like that. So yeah, I remember still a few students that I had been dealing with, and I remember that. Okay. Yes, I think that's my point of view.
Yes, the little statement, little step about pride. So pride is not about position, but it's a journey. It's about action. It's about how do you going to be a better day by day. Is that right?
Yeah. Right. And the role of teacher is needed there.
Okay, so what's the closing statement from the generation today?
Can find the potential. Be a teacher who can find the potentials from their learners and give them stage, not as a teachers who hunt cup, and certificate. Okay, right.
Appreciation.
Yes, appreciation.
Well, this is the last statement. Maybe Mr. Ian, what's your closing statement for generation today? How do they going to be to have a pride?
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Whatever the condition happening in the world, education must be on and on. When the school close, the parent must be a teachers, of course, right? And once the schools open, then actually they have two teachers, double teachers at home and at school, right? I think, right, that's my last statement to close this session.
So pandemic is about era, but teaching is everlasting, right?
Right, right.
Teachers and parents and the
Yes.
generation itself.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Ian. It's so overnight.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for the
opportunity.
time. Hope
I'm
you
really
are.
sorry if there's inconvenience during my my delivery, my thought delivery, and hopefully we can meet face to face. Yeah.
Yes, I hope.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Hope
Kindly welcome.
will be an inspiration to our generation.
Thank you. Thank
Hope
you.
you
Thank
get
you.
well day to day.
You too. Right.
See you next.
Okay.
Send Maret
Okay.
gets to Anggi and Angga, your
Sure.
friend.
Inshallah, I will.
Your
Okay.
handsome boy.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
Mr.
Thank
Ian.
you.
See you next. Assalamualaikum. I'm gonna leave.